What's up everybody, Bandit Chad here for another project in my garage. So if you've been following the channel recently, you may have realized that I was in a little bit of a fender bender here. I was involved in a hit and run. Now, it is unfortunate, but we do have the new parts and it wasn't too expensive. So I wanted to walk you all through replacing this here center part to the bumper. So we've been looking it over here for a couple minutes, and I think the first step is going to be to remove the grill area and everything here so we can get to the bottom part of the bumper here a little bit easier. So to remove the grill along the front here, you do have two clips here just on the inside of the headlight and also two screws here across the top. For the clips, you're just going to use a standard flathead screwdriver and kind of pry them out. For the two screws, you can either use a Phillips head or some type of socket. So with all the hardware out of the way, you're just going to give this grill a tug and it should come right out. Alright, so we're working around the front of this here and trying to pop out all the clips. But back here, normally this kind of splash shield thing is sitting in here. We did remove that. It does just have a couple clips in the back that hold it on up against here. But I would definitely recommend you pop this out. It's a whole lot easier to get in here, but then we'll show you what we're trying to get to down here. That tiny blue clip down there is what's holding the corner piece of this little center of the bumper in. So you have to pop those out. And like I said, that's why we removed the splash shield, to make it a whole lot easier to access that little blue clip. So here's what we've been fighting all that time. So these are a little bit stubborn. We are going to use some side cutters here, or dikes as I was recently told they were called. We're just going to clip either side of these. It should come right off. So there you have it. A little muddy, but more or less the same part. Here you can really see where I messed it up here. You know, whoever hit me did take my license plate bracket and kind of drag it across the whole front. So it is a little bit scarred up, but it'll all be replaced here in a few minutes. So looking here behind where we removed the center portion of the bumper, you can see that this is part of the pedestrian crumple zone, and it's just this flimsy plastic that, under, lighter impacts, they would crumple in and, possibly save your life. So taking a look here at the new bumper, and you can see all the clips that we were messing with here. So it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here along the bottom. I think 7 there on top. And then these two clips here in the middle are where those blue tabs were that we were talking about. So more or less the same process. It should be a lot easier getting it back in because we won't be fighting all these clips. And we should just be able to push the bumper right into where it goes and it should click in. All right, let's grab this. Wait. There you go. I think that's it, isn't it?
I think so. Have you got the bottom?
Yep, got the bottom. You got to put those two corner ones in, I think we're done.
Sure.
You got one?
Yep.
I got one. I don't have a light. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is.
Should have taken this side.
Yeah, probably should. Alright. There you have it. That was pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yep, tighten it. I guess all those clips hold it in place. There's a brand new bumper. How about that? So if you do live in a lovely state that requires you to have a front license plate bracket, we'll go ahead and show you how to do that. So it is just 2 screws on either side to hold the bracket on, and 2 more screws to hold your actual plate on. So, fairly simple. And there are also 2 little indents up here on the flat plastic part of your bumper, and that's where you line your screws up for, and hopefully you can drill through it pretty easily. So we do have a screwdriver here. It is a 10mm for these screws here, and you could use a Phillips head, but I like using the 10mm when I can. And we'll go ahead and install this as well. There's one started. Get those tightened up. Good to go. Now generally, you could probably skip this part, but I got to straighten out the license plate. It's a little, has more waves in it than the ocean.
So before we put the grill back in, we're going to be sticking these radiator splash plates back in. So we're just going to reverse the process, finagle it over this line here, pop the pins in, and reinstall this pin. And there you have it.
So following that up, you will have to put the grill back in. It's just these 2 little tabs here on either side and the bottom. Then line the pins going up the side, and then reinstall all your other screws and pins. So that goes. That's splash shields in there. The splash shields in the is yours. Oh, I put the wrong pin in, that's why. Something's wrong. There it is. Good? You good? Alright, cool, pick up right here. Alright. Drop those pins in. And the screws. So just another look here at those pins. This is basically what you're dealing with. So to remove the pin, you do have to pop the head of it out, and then the whole thing can be plucked up and out. To push it back in, you'll stick it in with the head up, and then push the head back down, and that locks everything in place. All the tools out?
Yep.
I believe so. Nope. Now they are. So it is a little bit unfortunate that we did have to replace this old bumper here. You know, it did get pretty scraped up in that hit and run, and you know, that's pretty unfortunate to be on the receiving end of that. But you know, whether you mess this up from, you know, hitting someone in a parking lot or hitting a rock off-road, you are bound to have to replace this at some point. I think it did run around $250 here for the black plastic one. Obviously, if you did have a TRD Sport or another model where it was body colored, it would be a little bit more expensive. But overall, I think it took us, you know, 20 to 30 minutes. Not very hard, and hopefully after watching this video, you can do it in a lot less time. You know, coming into it, we didn't really know what we were doing, but overall, it wasn't too hard. So thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. We do really appreciate it. Have a fantastic week, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.